Mayad nga agahon. Coming to you live from Numancia, Aklan in the Philippines. I'm having my morning cup of coffee here. My cup here, coffee with Ginno. Today I'm having a different 3-in-1 coffee. This is my Nescafe French vanilla 3-in-1 coffee. This 3-in-1 coffee came from my good friend Ivan. He came from Canada. He brought this all the way from Canada. He now lives in Iloilo City with his wife and two kids. And his two kids. He's got a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old. And the 7-year-old just started school at Ateneo de Iloilo, one of the exclusive private schools in Iloilo City. Oh, I hear Chloe. She wants to go down. Hold on a second because she can't come down because Totoy is blocking the stairways. So I have to pick her up. She's like crying. Oh, baby. Oh, what's this under that? Oh, you guys. Going outside. Chloe's our baby. She gets to be carried all the time. She's 11 years old now, so she's getting up there in age. But Ivan's kids, like I said, his 7-year-old started school at Iloilo City at Atineo de Iloilo, and it's one of the nicest schools, private schools in the entire Philippines. If your kid goes to Ateneo here in the Philippines, they're known for producing like lawyers and politicians. You know, a lot of lawyers graduate from Ateneo because you can go to Ateneo from elementary, high school, and then college. And a lot of politicians have graduated from Ateneo. A lot, like I said, a lot of lawyers. The instruction is all in English, and actually the 7-year-old also has a class in Chinese, Mandarin, because I guess that school, Ateneo de Iloilo, used to be a Chinese school, but I guess they just carried it on when Ateneo took over the school. So they have a Chinese Mandarin. The 7-year-old is learning Mandarin. My friend Ivan was saying that his kid comes home and starts talking to him in Mandarin Chinese. You know, so that's pretty cool. I mean, I didn't learn any foreign language when I was in high school. I studied Spanish, but you know, I still know a little bit. But you know, 4 years of high school. That was all I got. You know, the kid now, you know, Ivan's kid's gonna get Chinese from elementary to high school and then college. So she'll be fluent in Chinese by the time she graduates from Ateneo. Let me just get Chloe real quick because she's probably done outside. Chloe. Nope, she's not done yet. She's not done yet. Yo, Ginno, good morning. Good morning, Tim, my good friend in Las Vegas. What's up? What's up, Tim? Mayor Bert, hello, good evening, good morning. All right, Mayor Bert. Edgar, good morning, Edgar. You know, everyone's still asleep. Actually, I took Leanna to school already. Today is Monday here, so Leanna, she has flag ceremony on Mondays. See, flag ceremony starts at 7:30, and on Mondays, Leanna also has cleaners. It's called cleaners. So I got her there about 10 till 7 because she has to clean the classroom, clean the outside of the classroom. They got to sweep. Leaves fall from trees and stuff like that. So they have to clean up their area right in front of their classroom. It's Leanna and 6 other kids for Mondays, the cleaners group. And she's in charge of her cleaners group. So she has to make sure they dust the windows because their classroom is like open. They got those jealousy window. I don't know if you know what jealousy is. It's kind of like glass windows, and then when you flip it down, it flips up like that. So it's open air. So if you can imagine the whole day, it gets dusty. It gets dusty in their classroom. So they have to like wipe down everything, like the jealousy, the tables, the chairs. Oh, there's Chloe. She's done. Here she is. She's done. She's done doing her business outside. So now I know she's gonna want to go back upstairs to her mama. That's Chloe. She's attached to her mama. So are you gonna go back upstairs? Right. All right. There you go. All right. Go to your mama. So like Monday is a busy day for Leanna because she's got cleaners, and then she has to have flag ceremony at 7:30. Leanna's actually led the whole school before at that. She recited the Panatang Makabayan. It's like the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the Philippines. She got on the mic, she raised her hand, and then led the whole school. I mean, all like 500 kids. She recited in Tagalog. She recited the Pledge of Allegiance, but in memory, because she was memorizing it, and then she got to lead. I was really proud that she did that, because she worked hard for that. She was like practicing it here. But she hasn't done that this year. She did that last year. So I'm sure they'll ask her again, because usually there's a kid that would lead the whole elementary and whole high school. Different taste. This is a different taste from my Copico Blanca. It's a French vanilla, and it comes from Canada, because it's French even. It says Vanille Francaise. It's like French. It's in French, all the way from Canada. Belus, hey, my friend in Wyoming. Yeah, I love seeing your Wyoming photos, my brother. I just love it. It's like when I was in the U.S., I just loved those. I went to Yosemite, things, places like that. In California, I went to like the Sequoia National Park, and that's what it reminds me. Like just amazing view, wide open space, nobody there. It's like I love. And the Grand Canyon, when I went to the Grand Canyon. I'm not getting it from YouTube for your live streams. I don't know why they're so biased, but I get no people. I know. It's like people tell me that too, Bill. It's like random. It's like I don't schedule the live stream, so maybe that's it. That's why maybe. But as long as you're subscribed, I think there's the notification bell. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's like I've reported it before to YouTube. I mentioned I did the help thing, and I told them that my subscribers, they ring the bell, they have the bell mark, but they're not getting notifications. But YouTube is having a lot of issues, because I know not only that, but a lot of comments are getting dropped by YouTube. So people are like, I made a comment, you didn't reply. I mean, like, I'm looking at all my comments, I'm like not seeing you. It's like, so that happens. So they're having a lot of issues with YouTube, I guess, just because of the volume that they have to deal with now. It's like maybe their servers can't handle it, or glitches. Chloe, the old baby. Yes, Chloe's the old baby. Chloe's 11 years old. She turned 11 in June. And Toto is 9. So Toto is not young either. Toto was a stray dog. When we moved in here in 2016, Toto, the subdivision wasn't even a subdivision, really. It's like we were the number 6 house here. There was no gates yet, no gate, no fence. It wasn't even fenced yet. The gate, actually, where the security guard sits now, it was a tent. They just had like a blue tent, and the guard was like would stand there all day underneath that tent. So Toto was just a stray dog here, and then I fed Toto, and then she kept coming back. She kept coming back to the house because I was feeding her. Then and nobody ever claimed her, so I figured I'll just adopt her. And then I took her to the vet, got all her shots and everything. So now she's happy here. She's an indoor dog now. She's right there on the corner. She's right there in the corner, laying there on the corner. That's her spot right there, that corner right there. That's Totoy's spot. That's why when Chloe wants to come down the stairs, Chloe doesn't want to step on Totoy, so she'll always like makes that sound like crying sound. So I have to like carry her. It's funny, the two of them, they don't argue, they don't fight, but Dazzle calls it they have social distancing because they keep away from each other. They're not. Totoy's like, but Totoy's really defensive when it comes to when we're walking them, like later on after the live stream, Dazzle and I will walk them, or even at sunset. Totoy doesn't like any other dog getting near Chloe. She's really protective of Chloe. Kuya, after Iloilo, we plan to go to Boracay. All right, man. That's good. If you go to Boracay, let me know. Let me know your dates. We can meet up. We can meet up in Boracay. Boracay is easy for me, especially if the weather's like this. I mean, it's beautiful weather here. Like the past 2 days. Last week, we had all those monsoon rain. We had typhoons in the north, in northern Luzon. We had like 2 typhoons. Typhoons on the same day. There's like 2 typhoons in Luzon. But now it's like the last 2 days, and looks like another day today. It's like sunny, bright and sunny. It's already warm, and it's not even 8 o'clock yet. It's already warm here. Perfect weather for Boracay. Perfect weather. Which way is best? Fly or bus? Fly or bus? From Iloilo? If you're in Iloilo, there's no plane from Iloilo to Boracay. You have to take the bus. From Iloilo, make sure you get on the bus, the Ceres bus, the yellow bus or the blue bus. Make sure on the windshield where the driver sits, you'll see the driver. There's a sign that says limited stops. That's what you want. You want limited stops because if you don't catch the bus with the limited stops, that bus driver is going to stop at every single passenger waving at him, so it will take you like from Iloilo to Boracay 5-6 hours if it's not the limited stops. But if you select the limited stops from Iloilo to Boracay, you can get there in 4 hours. The bus drivers are pretty fast. But make sure if you go on a bus, take the limited stops. You will be happy you selected that bus. If you get on the bus that stops at every single passenger, every single town, every single stop, it's just like you're gonna be like this on the bus. You're like, oh, stop again, go 2 miles, stop again, pick up another. It's crazy. It's crazy. But no fly. You can't fly. You can fly from Manila, Angeles City, Cebu, direct to Caticlan, and then you're only 15 minutes away by ferry. But from Iloilo, there's no flights going to Caticlan. Good, JP, hey JP, what's up JP? Good morning Ginno. Tim, Bert, Edgar, HD. JP, today I'm gonna head. We're gonna be busy today. Dazzle and I will be busy today. As soon as she gets up, probably we'll eat lunch in Calibo because I have to register the vehicle registration renewal for Bumblebee. So we have to go all the way to Calibo by Lambingan Beach. Is where it's an inspection center there. What they do is they check Bumblebee, the motorbike, smog test. They put that thing on the pipe. Check all the lights, make sure everything works, and they even they put it on the machine. It's like there's like 3 stations where they inspect the motorbike, the tricycle. So we have to go all the way to Calibo today by Lambingan Beach. Then I have to pay insurance. The insurance on it will expire. The insurance for Bumblebee, I pay 1,000 pesos, $18 for the whole year. And it's liability insurance. I do not have full coverage on on Bumblebee because Bumblebee's like what 9 years old, 9 years old now. So actually the sidecar is starting to rust in some areas because we're close to the beach. We live like 2 miles away from the beach, so it's I try to like put that Rust-Oleum. It's kind of like that gray Rust-Oleum. I try to put that all the time on Bumblebee, but it's hard. It's hard to because I used to park it. I have a inside here in our carport. I made a carport for Bumblebee, but lately I've just been leaving Bumblebee on the road, on the street because it's easier. I don't have to open the gate. I don't have to like come down with car. It's easier if it's just parked outside. So it's been sitting in the rain. And also after we do the registration on Bumblebee, we have to take the motorbike out. The decals on it, it's a Yamaha Mio 125. It's a 2016. The decals on the bike, it gets faded after a while because of the rain, the sun. The bike doesn't look as, it's just stickers, the decals on the handlebar, on the body of it, but it doesn't look nice when it's all faded. So they have a place here in Calibo called Splat Decals, and they replaced the decals. They removed the old decals and they put new decals. The last time I had put decals on it, it had the Bumblebee yellow design. So I might go different this time. Somebody suggested, since Bumblebee is black and yellow, maybe a Pittsburgh Steelers on the bike. So I might do that. I'll see if they can print, because what they do with the decals, whatever you design you want, they'll print it, on the shape of the MIUI, and they'll put it. So what I'll do is I'll take pictures before and after so you can see the difference. I've done it before. The last time I did change the decals, I think was 4 years ago. So 4 years, it's about time to replace the decals. It's a good bike. I mean, the motorbike, it's like 9 years now on the motorbike. Yamaha MIUI 125. I only paid like 74,000 pesos cash for it. So that's only like 1,300, and it's been a great bike. I mean, the only things that I had to get it fixed on it was like I replaced the battery, the small battery on it every 2 years, because batteries don't last forever. And then the tires, I've replaced the tires like I think twice. I had to get new tires. Right there, I'm getting messages from Ray, another person going to Boracay. Boracay, it's like, even though it's habagat season, even though it's rainy season, we get days like this, It could be like 1 week, all sunshine, then the next week, it could be all rain. So it's kind of like you're rolling the dice when you're going to Boracay this time of the year, because you just never know whether you're going to get good weather or rain. But people still go, even if it rains in Boracay, they still go to Boracay. HD, hey, greetings and salutations, HD. Sorry, which station would you recommend sa Boracay po? Somebody's messaging me on my WhatsApp. They're asking me what I recommend for what station. I'll reply back after the live stream. Not sure if Ginno knows that my previous was an oxymoron. Okay, I gotta look back. What was that comment, man? Chloe, the old baby. Yeah, it is oxy, like old. I get it, HD. She's still our baby. She's always gonna be our baby. She's always the spoiled one. We always carry her. We always baby her, especially Leanna. Leanna likes to dress up Chloe. Chloe's got a couple of dresses. She'll dress up Chloe. Always carrying her. But she's old. She's an old baby. Michael C. Hey, Michael. Good morning. Good morning, bro. Still raining. Wow. We need a cruise ship. You need a cruise ship over there. Man, I didn't know. My friend Michael, he said 13 Martires in Cavite. And I was going to mention that because I always do the weather report. And I did check this morning. There's no longer like a typhoon, no weather system in the PAR, the Philippine Area of Responsibility. So it's just the southwest monsoon, the habagat. That's why in Trece Martires in Cavite, they're getting rain. Yeah, it says here, Ilocos region, Abra, Benguet, Zambales, Bataan, occasional rains. Then Metro Manila, Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, it says here cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms. So that's why Michael is getting. But here we have not gotten any rain the last 2 days, and it's bright and sunny again this morning. It's actually the last 2 days. It's gone above 90. It was like the high temperature 2 days ago was like 91. Yesterday was like 92. So it feels like summer. It feels like summer here, that it's been so warm. All right. Ako, Jesus. All right, all right. JP, I was just watching a shipwreck Sunday in one of the Roro ferries that sank. Yes, unfortunately, JP, that's the thing with the ferries here in the Philippines. They run into trouble a lot of times. The roll on, roll off, the Roro. There's a few of them that even just by looking at them, they look kind of shady, because they're old. They just look old. The Roro I like to take to go. To go is the company, kind of like pink color on the boat, and it's big number 2 and go to go. Very nice. Those ferries are very nice. I've put my car in those ferries before. They tie you down, your car. They tie your wheels down to the boat, so even if the boat rocks, your car's not going to go anywhere. That one's good. Starlight Ferries is another one that's pretty good. And then the newer fast craft, the modern looking ones, those are nice. But there are some boats here that like look shady. Dazzle and I put our car one time because we were taking Kerry from Boracay. We were taking him to Dumaguete City, our Canadian friend. And yeah, Kerry just wanted to get on a boat. We were in Dumangas, Iloilo, trying to get to Bacolod. It's like a 4 hour on the Roro, on the slow ferry. And man, the boat that I got my car, because what happens when you go to like the port to board on your ferry, it's first come first serve. There's actually a guy with a clipboard taking down names, but I don't think he's following he's got several pages on his clipboard. I think you got to slip him some. If you know what I mean, you got to slip him some. But so you're like, you can't be picky because you might get stuck there. We were there like at 3 p.m. and we didn't get on the Roro till like 5 p.m. We were waiting out. It's out in the open. You're just out there in the sun too. It was hot. I was running the AC on the car, but we were there for like 2 hours. So you're just happy to get on the boat. And man, the boat that I got in, the boat that we got, man, I was like, man, I wasn't sure if that boat was gonna make it to Bacolod. It was like really old boat. And the other thing was like the first thing I noticed, like the guy, like, all right, he had me parked. And the way he had me parked, my Toyota Wigo is small, so it can get into like tight corners. It wasn't where the vehicles were parked. He parked me like all the way to the back where the engine was. I'm like right next door to the engine, so it was loud in there. And then of course, when he had me parked there, I'm just following him. I put the handbrake. They did not like chalk my car. They didn't have a rope tie. My car was just sitting there on the boat. Good thing it was summer. It was mid-March, so not wavy. So at least my car wasn't doing this. So, and then we couldn't ride inside the car because the engine was so noisy. So we had to get out of the car, and they had like on top, they had like a snack bar type of thing. So we sat on the snack bar. It was a 4 hour, but I was happy to get off that boat because I was like, man, I wasn't sure if that boat was gonna make it. And yeah, and and that's the thing here, with the Roro, JP, the Roro, even the buses. Some of the buses here, and I know the people that's ridden bus here. My friend Tim, he's a expert bus rider here in Antique. He's ridden on the non-air conditioned bus here. Man, some of the buses here and some of the ferries, uh, they just don't look like they inspect them, or they just look shaky. That's a good word. They just look shaky, man. They look like really old, rusted. It's like we have those buses here in Aklan. It's like I see people riding them. They got wooden chairs without cushion. They still got those buses here, man. So I was like, man, I was happy to get off that bus. So it doesn't surprise me, JP, on the ferries. There's usually trouble with the ferries, like when you take them, especially this time of the year because it's habagat. It's more waves, rain. So I wouldn't ride a ferry here in the Philippines unless it's summer, unless it's the dry season. I'll ride a ferry all the way up to May. January to May, I feel safe riding the ferry. But anytime July to December, I wouldn't ride a ferry here because waves are strong this time of the year. Even to Romblon, Romblon is like close to Boracay, not far from Boracay. My friend Kim takes that all the time. I wouldn't take that trip during habagat. Daniel, hello from hot Florida today. We broke a heat record, 30s. Whoo, man, that is hot. That is hot because I remember this past summer, Daniel, we had temperatures like that here in the Philippines. So I know that's hot. I got in my truck that was parked in a shaded carport with tinted window, and it was nice. Whoo, inside the truck, man, that is hot. Great great training. Great training for you, Daniel. Good practice before you head to the Philippines. Fortune, hey Fortune, good morning, Fortune. Our friend from Bacoor, Cavite. Good AM, the fam, and Panay Pasi. All right, Fortune. Edgar, HD, your new secret weapon. When I go on a date, I will be mic'd. Oh, you'll be mic'd? That's funny, you'll be mic'd. We're gonna put a mic on Edgar. You can hear everything she says and tell me everything she says, so I know if she likes me or not. That's funny, Edgar. That's funny. Hi, Ginno. Good morning. It's 35 degrees Celsius here in Wisconsin. Oh, that's like Philippines, 70% humidity. That's almost the same weather we got here right now, John. Right now, the humidity is about 70% here. And right now, I would say it's still lower 80s this morning, but it's going to climb up to the 90s by noontime here. Daniel, did you forget log in to your other account? Daniel Z. We also got rain in Bacoor now. And work from home today. Okay, all right, you're working from home, Fortune. I was gonna ask whether you had to drive to Manila or you're at home, but work from home today. So man, that's just amazing how you guys are getting rain, and it's like hot here. It's been hot here the last 2 days. And looks like a third day. It's gonna be warm again. Edgar Deem 007. Fortune, Mayor Bert, you can just do land trip from Iloilo to Boracay. Yes, there is no flights. There is no flights from Iloilo to Caticlan or Iloilo to Calibo. It's like a friend of mine actually asked me. I met him yesterday for the first time. He had his name's John. And his dad was with him. His name's John too. We met, Dazzle and I met them yesterday. We had drinks, coffee. We had like lemonade, I think lemonade. They had drinks at Latte Cafe. We met them around 3. John just wanted to ask me because his dad, John, he's thinking of coming here to Aklan, living here. Like, he's retired, so he's like. So we ended up taking them to La Casa Española, showed them the 1-bedroom there, the 2-bedroom. Actually saw the owner again, Filipinas. So they liked it. They liked that. They like Casa Española. So we'll see. taking a tour of Aklan. They're going, I think today they were going to check out Banga, they were going to check out New Washington. The younger John, he's still got 5 years before he retires. But the older John, he's retired already. So he said he can move anytime. He can move anytime here. And they like it. Both of them like it because they've been here a few days. They're staying by the capital area at an Airbnb, and they're liking it. They're liking Calibo and Aklan province. Maybe 5 hours. Yes, about 5 hours on the Ceres. Faster sometimes. You know how the Ceres are, the Ceres bus. You know they move pretty quick. They move pretty quick on the highway here, Fortune. It will pass by Calibo, Numancia. You can do a stopover to meet Ginno. Yeah, actually, now I notice, Fortune, the Iloilo, Boracay to Caticlan, they no longer pass Calibo because what happened, Fortune, by Tigayon area in Calibo, right after Banga, you get into Tigayon, they built a diversion road. So the diversion road is from it passes the longest bridge in Panay Island. It goes from Tigayon area of Calibo to Lezo and then to Makato. It actually skips Numancia. With the diversion road, it skips downtown area of Calibo and then Numancia. So it cuts about 30 minutes. I would say at least 30 minutes from the right. And then that diversion road that they built, it's like a freeway, man. It's like nobody, I mean, you can fly on that thing because there's hardly anybody using the diversion road. And I would say the new diversion road, I would say it's about 5 miles, maybe 5-10 miles. So it's a good distance. So it cuts travel from, at least 30 minutes, going to Boracay from Iloilo. And of course, they're currently building a highway. San Miguel is currently building a highway from Iloilo City all the way to Caticlan. And once that highway is built, they're saying Iloilo City to Caticlan 2 hours. Once that highway is built, they're building section by section. They say it's going to be done by 2028. So I'm sure we'll see. It's San Miguel, so you never know if San Miguel can deliver 2028. Because San Miguel's a private company. I'm sure they're going to be toll on this new highway. So if it was a government project, it ain't going to get done 2028. It's going to be delayed. They're going to prolong the project. But San Miguel's a corporation. It's a private entity. So they're in it to make money. So they might be successful on their promise of 2028. Daniel, I know there is one less to up YouTube, LOL. That's funny, Daniel. Edgar Dean, have you been reading the play Serrano? Ooh, the Bergerac. I've kind of heard that's Bergerac, but I've never. But Edgar's like I will get all worked out and loan HD to you. Don't forget to hit. All right, thanks, Tim. The like button. Edgar, watching on James and Karen telling people what was said. I made it today. All right. Thank you. I'm glad you made it. Peanut Butter Travels. Glad you're on the live stream. Lucita, my good friend in Maine. My good friend. Good morning. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for the advice about the limited stop bus. In Boracay, which station is best? And which place, hotel, Airbnb would you recommend? So I mean, you can contact me offline, Mayor Bert, because I got to figure out what you want to do, and your budget too, because depending on your budget, how much you want to spend per night at a hotel. People got different wants when they go to Boracay. It's like. And then one thing I gotta advise you, like right now, because it's Habagat, White Beach, Front Beach, Boracay. It's windy. The waves are strong and windy. It's the back beach, Bulabog Beach. The back beach is what they call it, the other side. That's where the quiet beach is right now. If you want to go swimming, where the water looks like a swimming pool, no waves. But the front beach, because of Habagat, windy, and all the water activities move to the back beach in Bulabog. Like if you want to island hopping, helmet diving, parasailing, all that stuff. They're leaving from Bulabog Beach, and you have to catch them at Bulabog Beach. The only thing you can catch in a White Beach on Front Beach is the Parao sailing. The Parao sailboats in the afternoon, they park on White Beach. But depending on your budget and depending on if you wanna be in all the action, when I say action, like the mall, all the restaurants, all the buffets, the Henan buffets, you want to stay at Station 2, the middle part where all the McDonald's, KFC, where a lot of people are. If you want, epic, those areas. But if you want a more quieter stay away from people, then you want Station 1 or Station 3. And then there's a difference between Station 1 and 3, because Station 1, pricier hotels. You got like the Discovery Shores, more expensive hotels. Station 3 is like more local hotels, cheaper hotels, but the different beach too. Station 1's got the softer sand, the best sand in Boracay. It's a big sandbar by Willis Rock, whereas the white sand in Station 3 is more coarse, more like coral in it. But it's still white sand. It's still white sand. But the best sand in Boracay, softest sand, is in Station 1. Just message me, Mayor Bert. My contact information is in all the videos. Any of our videos, just go to a video in the description. My contact information is there. My WhatsApp, my email, my messengers in there. JB, hey, my good friend in Sydney, Australia. Hey, JB, good morning, good morning. Chloe just popped up in the picture from the stairs. She did. I didn't even notice. She does. She'll peek in there. But she's back with Dazzle now, I'm sure. She's probably curious because I'm down here talking to, doing a live stream, and she's hearing me talk, so she probably wanted to just check me out. Hello everyone from JB. Daniel, HD, what account? I am logged into YouTube. I noticed that my Sergeant USA is replaced by my name. I did not do it. You did not do anything. Yeah, it's not Sergeant USA anymore. It's Daniel now. That's all right, Daniel. Like I said, maybe YouTube is doing some funny things, man. Edgar, I thought you knew about the play from 1897. I guess it's about translating, not about relating to that play. HD, I think it might be something I saw because it made me think of it. Sometimes when you log into YouTube with Google, it will log you into the default account. All right. It's been made into movies already multiple times. Rep Fred, hey, God bless, Rep Fred. Thank you, God bless, bro. JP, am I supposed to have multiple personalities on YouTube and not just in my head? Not just in my head, multiple personalities. Ella Knowlton, hi, Ella Knowlton, hello, welcome to the live stream. I think the first time I've seen your name. Welcome to the live stream. Tanya, hey Tanya, are you talking about the time you rode a separate fare from Dazzle because you had to stay with yes, yeah, we've done it a couple times, but that was the time when Dazzle had to ride with Carrie and I had to ride by myself. I had to stay with the car. and the way, I think I filmed it, right, Tanya? I was in the back. I was on the back by the engine. It was so loud, and it was weird because like I was the only one parked there. It's like I had to go into the back of the, and I had to like go into the back of the boat and had to turn. And my car was actually turned this way, and the engine was right behind me. But that was that's probably the shadiest ro-ro ride that I've ever taken here in the Philippines. So now I'm kind of picky now. After that ride, I'm kind of picky now. I kind of like, if I'm going to go travel on a ro-ro, I want it to be to go or Starlight ferries. I'll wait. I'll wait. At that time, I couldn't wait because Kerry was in a hurry. He didn't want to, he wanted to get to Dumaguete as soon as possible. Not like M. Night Shyamalan. Oh, I like M. Night Shyamalan movies, man. I like that. I will have to watch that one. Lily. All right. Hello, Ginno. Here, Madrid. Wow, Madrid. I think that's the first time I've seen Madrid in Spain on the live stream here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Maybe either Fight Club or me, myself, and Irene. If you saw those, I saw Fight Club, but I didn't. Me, myself, and Irene. I don't think I've seen that movie. It is 41 in Ottawa, Canada. High humidity. Ooh, man, 41. That is hot, Red Bread. Yeah, that's right. Because like usually in the U.S., in North America, it's summer. July and August is summer. I forgot about that. It's like fall is usually September. I remember that's when school started for me when I went to high school. I remember in California. I made a Philippine note. No ferry. Yes. No ferry June to December. JP. It's just too risky, I think. It's just the waves are strong because of habagat, and you'll see that even in Boracay right now for July to December, like White Beach, waves, strong waves on Front Beach. But like from January to June, flat. I mean, you can paddle board. You can it's like a big swimming pool in Boracay on White Beach. But during July to December, strong waves. For starters, do station 2, so you will be in the middle. Like you can go to right. But a lot of people stay at station 2. I know this fortune because when you go to Boracay, you want to hit D Mall. You wanna eat like the Coco Mama ice cream, the coconut ice cream in the buko. Hello Mango is there. The soft serve mango ice cream topped with it's usually the food. The food is why people like staying at Station 3. You got like Aria, the Italian restaurant, good pizza. It's like they're all on Station 2. Less restaurants if you go to like Station 3 and then Station 1. All the good restaurants are in Station 2. Like you have Japanese restaurant, Hama, you got Olay, Spanish food, you got Chinese food, everything. We last time we were there, we ate Greek. We ate Greek food even over in at D Mall Station 2. Daniel, I very rarely use the AC in my truck. Don't want to get used to it or spoil myself. I can't say that, man. It's like I don't think I've ever had I've never ridden the car here without AC in the Philippines, and I gotta have AC in the car here. Then already training his body for the Philippine climate. That's good, Daniel. You're trying to acclimate yourself already even before you get here. I think you'll have to go with JP, man. You have to go with JP because a lot of John. Yeah, I guess John's a common name. Like I met 2 John. I wanted to call them John Jr., John Sr., but I guess they're not John Jr., John Sr. So, in my head, it's like young John, old John. Yeah. From 1970s to 90s, the best shipping line was Negros Navigation, flying Manila, Bacolod, Iloilo. It was owned by Iloilo families. They sold the Aboites. Owned to go. All right. So that's the popular now here in our area. I see to go all the time in Katiklan. That's they have several big ships. I am getting ready as well. I do not use hot water, cold showers for me, and put in a sprayer to my towel. All right. Hey, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes here, Red Bread. So, I've never had a hot shower in any of the places I lived here. My apartment in Boracay didn't have a hot shower when, my first 18 months. My apartment in Calibo didn't have, for 4 years, didn't have a hot water. And then our house here, we don't have hot water. I'm just used to cold showers. I like cold showers actually because kind of wakes me up, cools my head, it's like your body's cooler temperature when you get out. Because I know if I had hot shower here, if I take a hot shower, the minute I come out of the bathroom, I'll be sweating, because I'd rather have the cold feeling, cold shower. You feel more refreshed. There are so many Johns going. People might confuse Aklam. Red light district, red light. That's funny, HD. Florida and PH, we don't have a red light district in Aklan province. The only red light district that I know, if you go to the Philippines, is Angeles City. Used to be that walking street. I think they call it a different name now. I don't know. The last time I looked, it was the walking street. I think the Red Street now or something. And then in Manila, of course, if you go to Manila, they have red light districts in Manila. But here in Aklan, we don't have none of that. We don't have no red light districts here. I don't think there's any red light districts in Panay Island. I've never heard of a red light district in Rojas City or Iloilo City. Conservative. Panay Island, I would say, is conservative. If you want like red light district, if you want like a more, expat, gone wild kind of thing, that's Angeles City. Angeles City, and then parts of Dumaguete City. If you want like partying, clubbing, the drinking in bars, things like that. Edgar, just go to a parking lot in jeans and workloads on the hottest days for an hour for 30 years and you will be ready for the weather. That's funny. JP, would that be better or worse than the CR district? That I know like CR, what the abbreviation CR means, JP. CR toilet is a toilet district? I don't know, JP. Rain stop now, sun back. All right. That's a good deal. That's a good deal, Fortune. I'm glad you got sunshine now in Cavite. I wouldn't know. CRs in the Philippines doesn't provide. No, we don't see that. We don't see that in Heck, I don't even see toilet paper in the CR half the time, more than half the times here in the Philippines. I always tell people that. Carry baby wipes with you because the comfort room, restrooms here in the Philippines, they do not carry toilet paper. I would say nine times out of 10, they don't have toilet paper. 9 times out of 10, they don't have any napkins. They'll have like a soap, you can wash your hands, but there's nowhere to dry your hands. Sometimes they have that air dry sometimes, But for most, that's why I always, Dazzle and I, on my little fanny pack where I keep my GoPro, there's always baby wipes and alcohol. We always bring baby wipes and alcohol. JP, HD, you're on fire today. On fire. Thank you. I won't be here all night. You won't be here all night. You might make the mic drop. Do the mic drop, HD. info. How's the weather there in December? Is it still rainy season? Want to come out for a month? December actually, this is what I would say for December. We usually have great weather in December, cooler temperatures because it's kind of, I guess, the festive mood to the holiday season. So we don't get much rain in December. You know, a lot of times it's good weather throughout the month, but we've had typhoons in December. You know, so it's not like guaranteed that we will get typhoon, but we've had like I remember super typhoon Ursula 2019. It was like Christmas Eve, and there was even damage here in Aklan province. It was like one of the strongest typhoons I've seen here. The 14 years I've seen here, I've only seen two strong ones that hit the Philippines. It's Super Typhoon Yolanda in 2014 and Super Typhoon Ursula in 2019. Actually damaged my car. It actually damaged my car. A debris fell on my hood of my car. I mean, we're far from the super typhoon because it hit like eastern Visayas, if I can remember. But we had very strong winds here in Aklan province. Actually knocked down power lines here in Aklan province in 2019. We did not have electricity for 1 week. Along the highway, like if I come out like the highway here in Numancia, on the main highway, we had like 5 tall power lines on the road. It just fell. So, you know, that takes forever for them to fix, you know, and all throughout our province, there was like power lines that, poles just snapped, fell on the road. And like I said, we didn't have any electricity for 1 week. Luckily, I already had my Blue Yeti. I have this Blue Yeti power station, so we were able to use that. I don't have the like the panel for it, the solar panels, but I was charging it in my car. You know, so what we would do is like I would plug it in the cigarette lighter, and then it would last for like a day, sometimes day and a half on one charge. So. But it was like, it saved us because we had internet. We could charge our portable fans so we could sleep at night. But so December, like I said, most of the time you would get great weather in December. But, that one off, but that's 2019. So like the last 5 years, we've had good weather in December. But you never can, it's the Philippines. From July to December, we can get hit by a typhoon here. Fortune, Ceres is owned by a family from Bacolod. They are the bus kings of Cebu. Yes, I mean, that's all the bus I see here, Fortune. They're either color yellow or color blue. And some are air-conditioned, some are not air-conditioned. The air-conditioned ones that have it looks like a double-decker. It's like high because they have a lot of storage on the bottom. They actually have a restroom in the back. That's kind of nice to have a restroom in the back. At least you can pee, at least you can pee, if you needed to go use the bathroom. Good info on the diversion road. Oh, thank you. I'm glad, Fortune. Yeah. And not only that, those diversion road, they're not just that one. There's another one. When you reach Tangalan, you pass the town of Makato, and then the next town is Tangalan. There's another diversion road there that cuts the travel. Before, I had to go through the town of Tangalan. You have to go to the public market. And you know how it is, Fortune, when you go through town, like the public market, it slows you down, right? Because there's tricycles, there's people crossing the street, so you have to drive really slow so you don't hit anybody. But like in Tangalan, they have another diversion road there. They're building all these diversion roads in the different towns. That way, when you're driving the highway, you no longer have to hit town. So it saves so much on travel. It saves so much in travel because you skip going through the towns. The great idea. It's like I love the idea of a diversion road here in Aklan because we have a diversion road now from here, like in our house here in Numancia. I don't no longer have to go through the Numancia Calibo Bridge or going to Calibo proper, Poblacion. I don't have to go there to go to New Washington now. From here in our house, I can take the back road here, the back diversion road, and then when I get to Tigayon, there's another diversion road that behind the airport, Calibo Airport. It cuts my travel. I can actually from our house to Tambak in New Washington, I can get there in 30 minutes now because of the two diversion roads. I mean, it's awesome. And the diversion roads are nice. It's like cement, cement road, usually 2 lanes, bike lane even, and then like a sidewalk even. I'm amazed. I'm amazed how they're, I guess Aklan province got money. I guess we got money because we got all these diversion roads that they built. And they built this during the pandemic and after the pandemic. So they're new. They're new roads here. Fortune, San Miguel will deliver, but it will be toll high. Yes. San Miguel's not going to do anything for free, right? Right? They're a private company that's all about making money. They're building a new airport now at Caticlan, a new terminal. Supposed to be a really fancy, big terminal. They're going to combine, right now when you fly into Caticlan, the arrival in Caticlan and the departure is separate, two different buildings. They're at least, I would say, 2 kilometers away from each other. The arrival is in Nabas, Aklan, and the departure is in Caticlan, Aklan. But now they're building a big terminal, airport terminal, and San Miguel is building it. So, and they own Boracay Airport. That's San Miguel manages that airport. So I'm sure, they don't do, San Miguel doesn't do anything for free. It's all for profit. They're a corporation. Still, I would pay for me too, Fortune. I would pay the toll for faster travel, more efficient travel. It's like, I'll pay that. That's great that you can do fast runs to Iloilo and its Western conveniences. Yes. And, they're building that highway from Iloilo City to Boracay to Caticlan, make it a 2-hour drive. That's going to open up tourism here in our area in Panay Island for sure, because Iloilo City right now is becoming like a major hub of people are flying into Iloilo City. There's direct flights now from Iloilo City to Bicol. To direct flights to Dumaguete City, direct flights to Bohol, Panglao, Bohol. They're adding direct flights to Iloilo City. And also they have direct flights to Singapore, Taiwan, Thailand. So Iloilo City is going to be it's a booming city. It's Iloilo City will just continue to grow. December is minimal rain and very cold. Yeah, that's why I said usually great weather in December, but you always got that chance still of a typhoon. It's high peak in tourist spots, so cost bumps up. With Ginno, I think he can negotiate better with his friends. Yes, I can. I can help you with that. I have friends that own Airbnb and places like that in Boracay. Ray, good morning, Ray. Good morning, my friend. Hello from Russia. All right. I don't see many Russia on the live stream. Thank you for joining the live stream. I do see a lot of Russians though in Boracay. I know a lot of Russians that go to Boracay. They like kite surfing. Kite surfing is very popular in Boracay Island, and I know a few Russian guys that do it in Boracay. Heart of our home. Hi, Ginno. Is it easier to use an eSIM or regular SIM card when coming from the US? I don't have experience with the eSIM. A friend of mine actually came here with the eSIM. He went to Iloilo City and no problem. I don't think it's a problem now, either eSIM or a regular SIM. You just have to go if you go to Iloilo City, here in Calibo, I actually just took my phone to the smart. My phone's smart. I've been using the same phone number I have here. I've had it since 2011. And I still had 3G. Since my SIM card was still 3G. So actually last week was I went to the Smart and took this phone, and I guess they just printed it, gave me a new SIM, and it's 5G. So Dazzle just took out my SIM card on this phone that's 3G to 5G. But anywhere you go in the Philippines, pretty much there's a Smart or a Globe. Those are the two companies that there's others like Dito and Talk and Text, but usually people either are Smart or Globe as far as their the SIM card. But if you go to like the Smart office, in whatever town you go, no problem. Either eSIM or either a card, they'll help you. They're pretty efficient. They're pretty efficient here because they're competing. Smart and Globe are competing. So when you get competition like that, they give you good service because they don't want to lose you. If you have a SIM card already with Smart, they don't want to lose you. If you're unhappy, then hey, I'm switching to Globe. So they're doing all they can to and I didn't have to pay any money to upgrade from 3G to 5G. I didn't have to. They just printed, everything was free. So I was like, oh, nice. Like I said, they try to keep you in business. Because like I've been a loyal customer, a Smart customer for 14 years. It'd be a shame if they lose me to Globe. Of course, when I have someone in my truck or it's raining, I will use the AC. LOL, yeah. LOL, Daniel. The new iPhones doesn't take physical cards. I'm bringing my old phone with physical cards just in case. Yeah, you won't have problem HD if you have the eSIM, because my friend from Pennsylvania, he got here 1 July and he had eSIM. No problem. He was able to. He doesn't have like the slot, not this is an iPhone 10 I'm doing here and it still has the slot. I know the new iPhones don't have the slot anymore. Dazzle's phone, she's got an iPhone 16 and she's eSIM. She uses eSIM. The red light is a joke. The lady of the night called. I know that HD. I know about the red light district. I was stationed at Clark, man. I lived in Angeles City for 3 years in the 80s until 91. So I know all about the John. I know all about bar fine, all that stuff. I've heard all those terms. I'm familiar with all that term. I'm military, brother. I'm military stationed in the Philippines, so you know how that is, man. Same with you guys that were stationed at Subic, doing the Liberty call, like in Olongapo City back in the day. I've been there back in the 80s. I went to Olongapo City. It used to be really popular, man, for like rock and roll bands, like Filipino bands that were really good. Hey, there's mom. There's mom. There's mom. Yeah, I mean, back in I remember when I was stationed at Clark, my friends and I, we would hang out in Olongapo City, Barreto. But Olongapo City was well known for these guys were really good live music, 70s, 80s type of rock and roll. Good singers. A lot of them ended up going abroad after the base closure. They ended up working in Dubai, working in Japan, because they were pretty big in that area as far as rock and roll singers. Good morning, Ginno. Good morning, Ray. Good morning. How old are you? I will be 59 on Friday. It's my 59th birthday on Friday. Ginno, John is also Oh, okay. For a toilet CR. I get it now. That's right. I should have thought, I've heard that term before at JP, actually. The John, like the toilet. Yeah. Where's the John? Where's the bathroom? I haven't heard that term in a while now, though, JP, because here in the Philippines, everybody calls it CR. CR here. They don't even call it restroom. If you come up to a person here and ask them, where's the restroom? They're going to look at you like, restroom? What's a restroom? They won't know restroom. They'll know toilet. If you say toilet, Filipinos will understand toilet. But comfort room or CR is better. All Filipinos know what a CR is. But if you approach a Filipino and ask them, where's the restroom? They wouldn't know what you're talking about. Especially John. Where's the John? They wouldn't know that. They go, what's a John? Yeah, because it's a slang. It's a slang word. I tried to log in from my laptop, but it is pretty useless. Definitely going to have to get a quality laptop for my next bid. Yes, yes. For me, that was one of the purchases I did before. You know, when I was preparing, 2010 was when I decided to move to the Philippines, and then I got here March of 2011 is when I got to the Philippines. When I was one of the things I made sure with before I left the United States, I went to Best Buy at the time, and I bought a brand new laptop. You know, I think a Dell laptop. Wasn't expensive at the time. Back then, Best Buy had good price. Hey, there's Dazzle. Good morning, babe. Good morning, babe. See, Chloe's always following Dazzle. So now Chloe's back down here now. Everybody's awake now. Everybody's awake now. And then another thing I purchased, I made sure I had a unlocked phone. Those are the two purchases I bought at Best Buy before I came to the Philippines. I bought a laptop, and then I bought a smartphone that was unlocked. That way I can just plug the SIM card when I got here. I think I forgot the brand. I think I bought a Sony phone. It wasn't really a popular phone either. Sony wasn't but it was unlocked and was available at Best Buy, and it was cheap. So I said, I'm buying this phone. Because my main concern was just plug in that SIM once I got to the airport. But that definitely, a laptop would be a good purchase because laptops are more expensive here in the Philippines, and the quality is not really good. You know, they got, my laptop is, what kind of brand is that? It's upstairs. But when I bought my laptop, Lenovo. I have a Lenovo. It's just okay. I've had it now for 5 years, and I think I paid like 15,000 pesos, so less than 300 for it. But they're it's like it's not it's an okay laptop. It's a cheap laptop. That's why our videos, I can't even do 4K on the videos. My laptop can't handle it. My laptop can only handle like the lowest setting on our GoPro. It's like it doesn't have a lot of power on it or anything like that. But it gets us by. Like I said, man, we're low budget. That's all I know. We're a low budget YouTube. We're not a big time YouTuber, so everything's like low budget. Edgar, JP, your safest bet is always ask for the CR. Yes, always safest bet is always ask for the CR. Are you having coffee, Mom? Oh, you had your coffee already? Yeah, your coffee already. We did, Fortune. We did Aria, Epic, yep. Beach Burger, Halo Mango, Coco Mama. Yeah, that's like those are what people hit. I mean, good restaurants there. If you're looking, Fortune, if you're looking for a authentic like Mexican food, Latin food, I recommend Muchos. If you want like a Mexican tamale with like guacamole, if you want a birria like a crispy taco, shredded beef inside with the au jus sauce, those are my two favorite. Muchos. Muchos is right beside the Army Navy. If you can't miss it. If you know where Army Navy is, right beside it, it's a Latin restaurant called Muchos. That's gotta be my favorite now. Gotta be my favorite now. Thanks for clarifying that too. I forgot Ginno missed your joke as well. Your joke as well. I did, man. I did HD because I haven't heard that term John as far as a bathroom. I do remember now that when JP mentioned it, but I just haven't heard it in my 14 years here. Nobody has called the bathroom here the John. Where's the John? But I do know, you know how in the US there's like terms that I just don't hear anymore here. Like, where's the loo? That's another thing, right? Where's the loo? That's the bathroom. Or, latrine. I don't hear that stuff anymore here. Nobody says that here. There's a lot of slang that I don't hear anymore. There's a lot of slang that I don't, Filipino, it's not common slang in the Philippines that I don't hear. Hello. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Hello. Thank you for all your comments. Hello, appreciate you. I know you watch our channel, live streams. You're always commenting. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, my friend. A very supporter of our channel. A good supporter of our channel. Appreciate you. Hello. Appreciate you. eSIM is better if you get that. So when you come in, you are all set. Oh, okay. Thanks, Fortune. I just don't have experience. Dazzle does. Her phone's on an eSIM because she's got the new iPhone 16. The motor pool in Fort Stewart with miles and miles of concrete and all metal tanks, etc., was the hottest place I ever worked or been to. It's why I'm so good now. It was already, you've already been hell once. You know, in the Air Force, that's one thing. The Air Force, man, I was stationed in a lot of times in the desert in the Air Force because, you know, our fighter jets are loud. So a lot of times they put Air Force bases at like the desert, away from places, you know, like George Air Force Base in the high desert, you know. Back in the 84, there was nothing out there. Victorville was just a tiny town in the high desert, you know, and it was hot. I mean, the high desert was hot. I remember it was hot on the flight line. You know, one of my jobs back then, you know, it's like we would have when they land like a cargo plane or a C9 used to land at George, like a patient plane, like they have patients or they would pick up patients or anything like that. We had to ride on the ambulance. And anytime a plane lands on the flight line, there has to be an ambulance there, a support crew, just in case something happens. And I've ridden on ambulances before like that on the flight line. And it would be hot on the flight line. And flight lines in the desert are always hot. I mean, you know, when you look at the flight line, the tarmac, you can actually see the heat. Kind of like, you know, when you're looking at it, even if you got sunglasses, it's just intense heat. Balikbayan ka, hey John, Salve and Maggie in Florida. Good morning. Mom is here feeding the dogs. But you're feeding them cake. Mom is eating a mocha cake, the leftover mocha cake. Mom is eating, and then she's giving cake to Totoy and Chloe. We have had our share of typhoons, hurricanes here in Florida. Lots of damage. We were lucky. Yeah, I know. I always, you know, in the news, of course, you know, you know, Florida is one of those places where, you know, you're on the path, you know, of a lot of hurricanes. I advise fly from US to Hong Kong or Singapore, then Hong Kong, Singapore to Iloilo, then bus Iloilo to Cagayan. This way you avoid the hassle of Manila Airport. Good advice, Fortune. For me, I try to avoid Manila at all costs. And I'm from Manila. I'm born and raised in Manila, man. I do not like flying to Manila Airport. I hate to say it, but it's probably one of the worst airports I've ever been at. You know, Manila Airport is just crazy. You know, it's like, it's always so congested. The minute you walk in to enter, there's like, you know, tons of people, confusing with the lines, you know, it's like so much going on, you know, so much going on at the Manila Airport. I avoid that airport as much as I always try to fly to Angeles, Clark. I always try to fly. I'd rather fly to Clark and then go from there. Like when Dazzle and I have gone to Clark, if we're going to Baguio or something like that, we always land at Clark. Instead, Manila is just too hectic for me. Even when you walk out the airport in Manila, you know, after you land in Manila, when you walk out, it's just like craziness with the taxis. You know, it's like it'll overwhelm the senses. It overwhelms the senses in Manila Airport. That's why Fortune's saying if you can fly in from Singapore or what's that? Hong Kong, if you can fly into Iloilo, much easier. You will love Iloilo Airport. It's away from Mandurriao. It's about 15 minutes away from the really city proper. So it's just the airport out there, so when you land, no traffic, and then they'll, you can take a cab, not even 150 pesos, $3, $4 for a cab to take you to your hotel. You won't get that in Manila. You won't. Manila, it's scary when you land in Manila because the taxis, they'll try to overcharge you. It's just I know people avoid Manila Airport just like me. If you can avoid Manila Airport, that's the best move coming to the Philippines. Hello from US. I am going to Thailand with my family on November 22. Is that a good month? I do not know. I've been to Thailand. I've been to Bangkok, Pattaya. I've gone to Thailand before, but I haven't been in a few years now. Even before the pandemic was the last time I went to Thailand. I'm sorry, Hinson, but I do not know the weather in Thailand in November. It's like here in the Philippines, the weather here from now until December, it's unpredictable. Like last week, it was rainy most of the week. There was like flooding in Aklan province. This week, this is the third day with all sunshine. It feels like summer. So that's the weather here in the Philippines. Maybe Thailand is the same because, we're close proximity, but I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you what's the weather in Thailand in November. This channel is focused on the Philippines. Although the climate may be similar, there might be differences. So you might want to ask, yes, a Thai vlogger. Thank you, HD. Thank you, HD. Biggie's support group. Hey, Mark, my good friend Mark. Hello, Mark. Then Ginno, so you're saying it's smart to use Start. Use Smart. Well, not that I'm promoting Smart. It's just that it's the SIM card that I started with, and for me, my mentality here, Daniel, I'm like. I don't like changing. I don't like replacing. Whatever works, I just stick to it. It's like if it's working, why do something else that might not work? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's my mentality always. Fortune, the old highways past the town proper, where this is so much traffic. Oh yeah, I think that's why they decided that, Fortune, that like in Aklan province, there's so many diversion roads now in Aklan province. Yeah, because of that. When you have to go through town, you have to go through usually where the public market area is, the plaza area. It's usually congested, because that's the heart of each town in Aklan province, like Altabas. That's one of the worst, like when I have to go to Iloilo, I have to pass Altabas. They have a diversion road that they built, but it got beat up. The road is like big potholes and stuff because I think they didn't cement it. And then the big trucks and the big buses pass through it. So the diversion road that they built in Altabas is like horrible. So I have no choice. I have to go through, there's this like tiny road that goes uphill. And then when you get to the top, you make a kind of like a right. And the plaza area there, it's a plaza. The people are walking. There's like dogs. There's tricycles. So, when I go through there, I'm always super careful, because like people are just crossing the street, motorbikes going the wrong way, that's common here in the province, against the flow of traffic. Motorbikes like to do that here. Motorbikes, unfortunately, they like to do that here. You got to like, when you have to make a turn into like the highway, you're looking left, you're looking right, looking left, looking right, because like somebody can come at you, from a motorbike going the wrong way. It's like it happens all the time. So many accidents here in Aklan province with motorbikes. So many. I mean, it's just like they just drive reckless. Motorbikes here just drive reckless. Yesterday here in our area in Numancia in Laguinbanwa, there was it's a new SUV. I would say a brand new SUV, nice Toyota SUV, and this motorbike slammed into the front of it. I mean, dented it. A motorbike dented it. I don't think that the motorbike rider made it, but that's like at 12 noon. At 12 noon, I mean, it's like, you know, for me, I could see if it was nighttime. I could see if maybe the guy was drinking. But yes, it was 12 noon yesterday that this accident happened. Hi, Lola. Hi, Lola. Richard, how are you doing today, Richard? I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you for asking, Richard Wyatt. Today, the plan is after this live stream, we have to take Bumblebee to Calibo to get the registration. I'll film that. I'll film the registration process, the inspection, the insurance part. What else? And then the LTO part. It's nice because I don't have to go to the main LTO office in Calibo, in Tigayon, because it's always packed in there. It's always crowded. What they did is there's another side of Calibo where by Lambingan Beach. They have this center there where there's a satellite office of the land transportation office. There's a satellite insurance place there, and then the inspection. So it's like a one-stop shop. And usually if I go there after lunch, if I went there this morning when they open at 8, there's a line. But usually every time I've renewed our car and Bumblebee, if I go there after lunch, usually it's no line. Usually by lunchtime, everybody's done. I've been able to get the registration done in like an hour, hour and a half at the most. And like I said, the insurance costs about $18 a year for liability insurance. The registration probably will cost about, for the motorbike, I think it's about $30 for the whole year, a new registration. And then the inspection costs about $10, $12 for the inspection. So all total, I'm looking at about $60, about $60 to renew the registration for a year, insurance and inspection. Not bad for $60 for the whole year. Fortune, the departure uses the old terminal. The arrival is the new terminal. They are diagonally opposite. From the departure area arrival, they will make you ride the bus. Use the runway timer to bring you. The airplane parking for boarding. Yeah, I have, I'm glad you're mentioning that. I kind of remember Fortune, but we haven't flown in quite a while now. I can't even remember. During the pandemic was the last time Dazzle and I flew to Manila because we had to get our COVID shot. COVID at the VA. We got both Dazzle and I got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine at the VA clinic in Manila. That was the last time we flew, and that was during COVID. We had to wear the mask, we had to wear the plastic shield and everything. But that was the last time I flew to Manila. It was funny, I remember flying out of the Manila airport, Fortune. I remember this specifically. We were already on the plane, right, Fortune, on the tarmac. We were inside the plane, and there was water on the runway. There was you can see, there was flooding on the runway. So we had to wait. Because it was pouring rain, our plane had to park, and you could see there was water on I would say knee-high water on the runway. So our plane had to wait till it calmed down, and then we waited 2 hours on the tarmac. We were inside the plane already. I remember that. So making a single terminal boat is key for Boracay Airport. Yes, because they do the same thing now. Fortune. When you depart, when you leave Boracay Airport now, when you go to the departure, you go in, you process, you do the bag check, all that, and you get to the departure. Once your plane is leaving, you have to ride a bus. Ride the bus, and the bus has to go 2 kilometers at least to the other side of the runway where your plane is, and then you have to get off the bus and walk up these stairs. The stairs that they connect to the plane, and you have to go up to your plane. Because again, the arrival and departure are separate also in Boracay. So that would be the key when they build the one terminal. And I think the plan is for them to make it really modern, the new Boracay Airport, because I saw a drawing of it. They're even gonna have when the plane parks, It'll have the connection to the terminal, so you don't have to climb down the stairs. You don't have, it's gonna be like when you walk out, when they open the doors to the plane, you like, if there's like a tube, that gets you into the airport, kind of like in the U.S. That's how it is in the U.S. Most airports in the U.S. There's a tube that you don't have to. When you exit the plane, you go on the tube and you're inside the airport. And they're building that in Boracay Airport. That was part modern. They're gonna make it modern. In Germany, had the red light area that was like a strip mall. Your favorite. You're funny, Daniel. The talk and text SIM has same owners as Smart. The owner's PLDT is just brand. Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know that. Thanks, Fortune. I thought Talk and Text was a different company. Like, I know I've seen that Talk and Text, and I've seen Dito. Dito is like a new one. That's the newest one I've seen here is Dito. But I stick to Smart. JP, I grew up being tormented by my sister and brother over my name. I'm showing them my move by moving to white sand beaches and cheap food. Showing them, LOL. That's good, JP. That's good. Daniel, the John, the can. Yes, the can. The loo. I've heard the loo. I've heard the can. Little boys' room are only a few. Hope all comes out well. Caffeine or chocolate is not good for dogs. Yes, I know. Thank you, HD. Dazzle is good at that. Not good for dogs. She watches that. She pays close attention to that. Rufines. Tanya G. Manila Airport is not the worst. I think it depends in the terminal. Terminal 3 is nice, but I do not recommend it for transfers between terminals. The terminals are not connected. All right, Terminal 3. Ron 1, I sleep and live in my car with 5 other people. All right. Hey, Kuya. Hi, Vegas Will. Hello. Manila is easy if you have baby in the airport. Have baby in airport. Muchos. Okay, I will remember that. Thanks. Yes, Muchos. Muchos is the name of the new restaurant in Boracay that I really like. My favorite now, Muchos. Nilinda Gonzalez. Hi, Ginno. You're a great guy. Oh, thank you. Phil and Nell from Toronto. All right. I know a lot of people now from Toronto, Canada, and Canada, period. Because of our channel. People that talk to me from Canada. A lot of interest from Canadians to move to the Philippines. Right, we are driving in heavy snow, looking for somewhere to stop for the night to sleep. Drive safe there, Ron. It's like a heavy snow. That's not something to play with. I remember when I was in Japan, we used in northern Japan, we would get like heavy snow. Please drive safe. Good morning, Dazzle TV. Good morning. Hey, James and Karen. Good morning, James. Iloilo is not as big as Manila or Cebu. Clean, happy, honest, feel great. Yes. Like I said, Fortune, it's like Iloilo City is my favorite city. In my opinion, the best city in the Philippines. I've traveled the Philippines. I've been to like Dumaguete. I've been to Cebu City, Manila, Angeles City, Baguio City. I've traveled many places. And I just find Iloilo City like very efficient. Clean, they got like, there's people cleaning the road, the street all the time, street sweepers, they have the automated trucks, same that collects garbage. It's just a well-run city, very well-run city. Hello, J&K, James and Karen Adventures. I like that, JP. J&K, all right. We are praying for you and that. Oh, thank you for your prayers, Nelinda. Appreciate that. Always appreciate when people send their love, send their prayers to us. Thank you so much. We all need prayer in our life. We all need people like rooting for us, supporting us, and praying for us, right? It's like prayer can never hurt. Prayer can never hurt. All right, I got to the bottom. All right, let me just see if I have notes here that things that I can discuss. I always try to keep notes. I was gonna talk about this a little bit. They are building an airport. I guess it's gonna be the new airport to decongest Manila Airport. Since we're talking about airport, they are building an airport in Bulacan. That's my province, actually. That's where my grandfather and my grandmother are buried. I actually went and visited my relatives in Bulacan, in San Rafael, Bulacan, is where my grandparents are buried. And they're building the airport in Bulacan. It's gonna be, I guess, it's going to be kind of like the international airport, like Manila International Airport, more modern. They got the space for sure. In Bulacan. Bulacan is like mostly, here, I'm trying to, they're going to call it the New Manila International Airport, NMIA. It'll also be known as Bulacan International Airport. It's gonna be massive. I saw the print of it, a modern looking airport. And it's a good idea because that area where Manila International Airport, even if you get out of the airport, it's just congested. Pasay City, if you have to go north, you have to go through EDSA, just a lot of traffic, so it's a good idea that they're building this, the new Manila International Airport, Bulacan Airport. And Bulacan and Metro Manila, it bumps up to each other. They're not far from each other. It's Bulacan is like if you're taking the North Luzon Expressway, you enter Balintawak. Balintawak is like where you would enter the highway. So Bulacan is right there. So that's a good area for them to put the airport, I think, to decongest Manila. And then since they're building it new, it's going to be modern. It's going to be like, because, Manila Airport, sometimes they have issues with AC going down, things like that. It's like, I've seen on the news, like long lines at Manila Airport and then the AC don't work. So that's like, that's terrible. It's like, if the heat in the Philippines and you're in the city, there's no AC, it's like, but this one, again, it's being built by San Miguel Corporation. So I think San Miguel, they're known, of course, here in the Philippines as the beer makers. They make the beer, but they've moved into like building roads, building airports, building bridges. They're just a big corporation. They just got the money. They just got the money to do these things. And I'm sure it's profitable for them because, San Miguel doesn't do anything that's not profitable. It's like, it says here, Bulacan is approximately 22 miles from the other airport. So that's the distance. That's not very far. 22 miles or 35 kilometers. Not very far at all from each other. And then the timeline here, projected completion is 2028. It's already being built. I've seen pictures of it. So 2028. We're going to be 2026 here pretty soon. So only a couple more years, and there will be a new Manila International Airport, and it's going to be in Bulacan. It'll be the largest airport in the Philippines. Significant economic driver for the region. The project is also part of a larger 12,000 hectare township development. So big project. Gonna be the largest airport in the Philippines. JP from James and Karen Adventures. Hi, JP. Have a great day. Nalinda. Have a great day. Edgar, Dazzle TV, and now KMP Studios, KMP Studios. That's funny. That's funny, Edgar. You guys are creative with all these. Ray, hey, Ray, my good friend in Sacramento, California. I did not have any problems flying Manila Airlines in Naiya, Caticlan, Bohol, Palawan. I was in and out. Go, good to hear. Good to hear, Ray. You must have picked a good airlines. You picked Philippine Airlines. That's why. If you're flying into Manila and if you're leaving from Manila to go domestic, like if you're flying in from LA, let's say you're flying in from Los Angeles, like my friend Robbie, when he came from Boston, when he flew from Boston all the way to Manila, I told them to fly Philippine Airlines. The advantage if you fly into Philippine Airlines, the international airport and the domestic airport for Philippine Airlines is in one airport. Correct me if I'm wrong, Fortune, because that's how I've always known it. Like Philippine Airlines, same airport for domestic and international. So that's a big advantage. You land at the international airport inside Philippine Airlines, and your domestic flight is inside the same airport. A lot of times, if you fly into Naiya, Manila International Airport now on international flight, your domestic flight is in another terminal. You actually have to exit. You have to exit the international airport, get on a bus, or get on a transport like a shuttle, go to the domestic. So that's a hassle, right? It's better if you fly in and you're already on the same airport. You don't have to get your luggage. Your luggage, like if you're Philippine Airlines, they will take care of your luggage from international to domestic. That's why Ray was smart. He flew Philippine Airlines. And I've always had good luck with Philippine Airlines. The times that I've flown from US, from California to fly in, I've always taken, there's only two airlines that I've used to take. It would be Philippine Airlines or Hawaiian Airlines. I love taking Hawaiian Airlines because it stopped in Honolulu for one. And then I had at the time I had a credit card, the Hawaiian Airlines mileage, and they were good at giving you like points, mileage. I would use it at like gas station, grocery. Next thing I know, I had a free flight to the Philippines from using Hawaiian Airlines. And then the Hawaiian Airlines got a VIP in Honolulu. When you land in Honolulu, if you're waiting, there's the nice VIP, like free beer, free drinks, free food. Same thing at Manila Airport. Hawaiian Airlines got a VIP lounge. So I liked it. I like flying. But those are the two that I would use back in the day when I used to fly. I would use Hawaiian Airlines and I would use Philippine Airlines. Yes, the diagonal location I was describing, and the bus was Caticlan Airport. Okay, Caticlan Airport, yeah. Naiya Terminal 2 doesn't have aircon, or aircon is very weak. Right, Tanya? That's what I'm saying, Tanya. Imagine if you fly into a terminal during the summer like March, when it's like 115 degrees heat index and the AC don't work good, man. And then what happens if you get delayed? No, you get you're tempted to leave the airport and come back if you get delayed, because like if you're sitting in a terminal in Manila without AC, oh man, that is like torture. That is torture. They have a new competition, United Airlines now. Yes, I saw that. United Airlines from San Francisco, I think, has a direct flight to Manila. I think I've taken United Airlines once. I think I've taken that to go to Los Angeles from Manila. Long time ago. Like I said, when I discovered Hawaiian, I would fly once. I think I flew United, and then Philippine Airlines I flew a couple of times. But when I discovered Hawaiian Airlines, I was like, man, I love Hawaiian Airlines, because Hawaiian Airlines, if you have like a long layover in Honolulu, I'm like, man, that's like ideal. And I have friends in Honolulu. So it's not a problem for my friends to like pick me up at the airport and then take me back to the airport to catch my flight. PAL uses Terminal 1 and 2, so they are close to each other. But if you are in Terminal 3 arrival, then transfer You have to go around the highway. That's a hassle. Yeah. That's, I know, if you fly in through other airlines besides Philippine Airlines, if you land and you have a domestic flight to catch, it's a hassle. It's a hassle. Especially if you have to lug your luggage with you. That's why I told my friend Robbie when he flew in from Boston, when he landed in the Philippines, because Manila wasn't his final destination. His final destination was here in Catiglan. He flew Philippine Airlines. North, Daniel. It's north. 22 miles north. It's called. I bet what's going to happen, that new airport, you still have to use the North Luzon Expressway, and it'll be one of the exits using the North Luzon Expressway. You would enter Balintawak, is like where you enter the highway, and then I'm sure they'll build like an exit to the airport. But it's gonna be nice once that's built, because wide open space there, parking's not gonna be an issue. It's not going to be congested, because a lot of Bulacan is like rice fields, a lot of open space. Unlike Manila. Manila's like, everything's like jam-packed now. It's like tall buildings, condominiums. It's tight. Traffic is horrible in Manila, man. By the airport in Manila, EDSA, I mean, you can get stuck in traffic there for hours, man. Or of Manila Airport. Yeah, it's about 20 from the current Manila Airport, Daniel. About 22 miles north is the new Manila International Airport that they're building, supposed to be finished in 2028. Ginno, the issue is that Philippine doesn't fly to Calibo anymore. So now you still have to get your luggage no matter what airlines if you're going to Calibo. They're not flying to Calibo anymore, but they're flying to Caticlan, because my friend, the same thing that Joel did, he flew here in January. I picked him up in Caticlan. He flew Philippine Airlines. Same thing when he got to the same terminal, Philippine Airlines in Manila. Got on his flight to Caticlan, and then I was waiting for him. In Caticlan. So you got me, man. You got me. If you fly to Aklan, I'll wait for you. HD. I'll wait for you in Caticlan. I'll pick you up in my car, man. Like I did with Joel. Like I pick up all the people that friends of our channel, friends of Dazzle TV, man. I don't have a problem getting you guys in Caticlan. Because Caticlan and Calibo, it's only an hour and a half drive, I love the drive. I mean, people that, I even take, when I pick up people, I don't take the short route. I always take the coastal route, because the coastal route, you get to see the ocean, along the mountain, along Tangalan, along Hawili Beach, along Hawili Falls. I'll take you the scenic route. When I pick you up in Caticlan. To me, it's like I know they stopped the flights to Calibo, but to me, it's not a big thing, because like most people that come from Manila to Aklan, most people that come here go here for Boracay. They really don't come here to go to Calibo. It's like Boracay is the highlight of Aklan province. So when they fly in from Manila, I can see why they moved all the flights to Caticlan, because the locals here, like us, like if I have to fly through Caticlan, I would just take the bus. I would take the van. From here in Numancia, it'll take me an hour 15 minutes to get to Caticlan. So it's not I don't think it's of course it's kind of sad for Calibo Airport, because they lost a lot of business. Calibo Airport's a ghost town now. There's hardly any flights landing in Calibo Airport. And of course, it's a rolling effect in Calibo. All the hotels by the airport in Calibo, they're dead. There's no people staying there. The only time those hotels get booked now is during Ati-Atihan in January. But for most of the year, all those hotels right on the airport, there's a hotel there, and then right outside when you leave Calibo Airport, the businesses unfortunately died. Restaurants, there used to be Korean restaurants there, Chinese restaurants, Filipino restaurants along the airport. They're all dead. Nobody eats there anymore because there's no flights coming in. Ray, I have the Philippine Airlines Mabuhay mileage. Mabuhay mileage. All right. I've had that one time. I had the Mabuhay mileage. I got rid of all my credit cards, Ray. I don't know how to have a single credit card now. No American credit card, no Filipino credit cards because I don't trust them. I don't trust credit cards anymore because, people steal identity now, steal your number, use your number. I don't want that hassle. I can get by using GCash and cash. I have a debit card. I have a debit card with Banco de Oro, and I only keep like 20,000 pesos on my debit card, and now I use it. If I lose the card, they use it. At least it's only 20,000 pesos. That only about $350 that I would lose. I just would hate to like somebody charging thousands of dollars on a credit card with my name on it. I don't want that hassle. Ray, that makes a difference in choosing your airline. HD. Mabuhay business class. All right, Ray. Non-stop. All right. I have never flown business class, man. I'm always low budget. I've never seen the business class of a plane. Makes a difference. Oh yeah. I've heard. It's like I'm always sitting by like the budget, by the coach, and like my knees are always like, I'm pretty tall for a Filipino. I'm 5'10", so my knees is always sort of like right on the chair of the person in front of me. But I manage, but I haven't flown. It's been a long time since I flew to the United States, and I don't have any plans on flying. Maybe in 3 years, like I said, once I get my Social Security, I would like to take Dazzle to the U.S. I would like to have her see like California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. I want her to see that, but because for me, it's really just my older sister now and me. My older sister 69. I'll be 59. My older sister 69, and she comes here to visit me. So Dazzle has met her, so she'll be back here again in January. My sister's going to be back here, and she's going to stay with us. Actually, she's going to stay with us here in our house. Maybe she said maybe 6 months. So I get to spend time with my sister. That's the main thing. That the rest of my family in the U.S. I haven't seen them in forever. I haven't seen them like since I moved here. I haven't seen them. The only relatives that I have seen when they come to Aklan, when they come to Boracay, of course, hey, Ginno's in Boracay. They always contact me, and I always like entertain them. But those are the only relatives I got left in America. My sister's the main concern, It's like my sister and Dazzle love each other. They're always talking on the phone. My sister just sent Dazzle a balikbayan box, so Dazzle can't wait, because my sister packed a lot of goodies there for Dazzle. They just love each other, It's like my sister always tells me I'm so lucky I met Dazzle, and I know that, It's like I think everybody knows that I'm blessed to have Dazzle in my life, I'm so lucky. I mean, it's like she's such a blessing to my life. That's why my sister loves her too. My sister like buys Dazzle all kinds of stuff all the time. And this is gonna be her biggest gift to Dazzle, because like what my sister did is like she just like start buying stuff on the balikbayan box that she knows that Dazzle likes. So and it took her months to like assemble the balikbayan box. So it's gonna be I'm sure like lots of stuff that Dazzle likes. Looking at Bulacan on the Google Maps, there is definitely a huge area being leveled and laid out like an airport. I'm suspicious. They'll have Jollibee there, man. Man, that airport's gonna be fancy, JP. They're gonna have Jollibee inside that airport, 100%, 100%. I bet you that's why you don't see Jollibee around it. I bet you it'll be inside the airport. This airport's gonna be the best airport, I bet you, that the Philippines have ever seen, because San Miguel, they're a big corporation. I'm sure not only Jollibee will be there, Mang Inasal, Chowking, all the Filipino fast food will be there. I'm sure they'll have a Starbucks in there. Seattle's best coffee will be in there. It's gonna be a nice airport. updated for sure since they're building it now. I saw some of the plans. I was like looking on Google. They'll have those, where you don't have to walk. You just kind of stand. It kind of moves you. I mean, this airport's gonna be fancy, man. Then they'll have the tube things too, so you don't have to come get out of the airport because it's hot in the Philippines. And when you come out of that and when you land in Manila, and you gotta walk down the stairs and get on a bus, it's hot, man. Especially if you land in Manila during the day. Coming from, like, let's say you're coming from a Chicago, winter in Chicago, or winter in Boston. All of a sudden, your first impression of the Philippines is like when they open the plane in Manila. You're coming out there in that sun, in that humidity and heat. You're gonna go, dang, it's hot in the Philippines. I'm from Cavite, so I have no choice but to go to Manila. LOL. That's the closest airport. I understand. I understand Vegas. But it's easy if you have kids because there's oh, nice, nice, nice. And probably for me now, I'm spoiled now because I have the PWD, the person with disability card. I have a card, so I would just like put it on, tie the card to my shirt, so I can like, they probably put me in a wheelchair or something, man. But I haven't flown. In a while now. No plans, no immediate plans to fly because Dazzle don't want to fly. Thanks, maybe the new train line will go to the new airport. I bet it does. Would not surprise me that they're building it's a train. They're building the train from the current Manila International Airport all the way to Clark City, Clark Airport, Port in Angeles City. And I'm pretty sure it makes sense for them to route it, to like the new NAIA. I mean, they're Philippines trying to do their thing. The Philippines trying to do that infrastructure. They're trying to build infrastructure in the Philippines. So we're moving forward. Pretty soon, new airport, new train. Come on now. Philippines is not that undeveloped anymore. We're becoming the developing country. And same here in our Panay Island. They're building the highway, to cut the travel from Iloilo City to Boracay. They're building the bridge from Iloilo City to Guimaras Island, so you don't have to take that 15-minute ferry anymore. You can just drive to Guimaras Island, and then from Guimaras Island you can drive to Bacolod City. So they're building infrastructure. San Miguel Corporation, they're building infrastructure in the field, and I'm glad they're the one building it because if it's a government project, there's going to be delays. There's going to be corruption. There's going to be stuff going on if it's a government project. At least with San Miguel is all about making money, and when it's making money, they're going to do a good job. I mean, they'll charge us for sure, with the toll gates, and I'm sure they want to recoup their money, but I don't have no problem with that because I'd rather San Miguel build the road structures here than before. Before it was China. China was the one that was supposed to build all these roads. And with China, China, they just want you to be in debt to them. They're not building it to like, not only are they building it to make money, they want the country to be owe them billions of dollars. That way they can start getting our resources here. I'm just glad we're done with China. I'm just glad that Chinese are out of the country now. And they weren't even hiring Filipinos to build the highways here and bridges. They were bringing Chinese people here to build the stuff. So it's not like they were employing Filipinos. So, that's why I just never trust China government. I don't trust their government. They're just shady. Got to Chicago Airport. So I'm going to have to use Japanese Airlines. All right, that's not bad. I've flown Chicago before to Tokyo. I've flown to what's that air? Narita. I've flown that before from Chicago all the way to Narita, then Narita to Manila. I've done that route before on the plane. Narita Airport is nice. If you stop at in Japan, in Tokyo, if you stop at Narita Airport. I remember Narita Airport. One thing I remember about that Narita Airport, they had a Bob's Big Boy. I don't know if they still have it, but they had Bob's Big Boy at Narita Airport, man. When I searched flights from SeaTac to Cataclan, they all through Manila. All through Manila. Seattle, okay. Yeah, I would say most flights unfortunately go through. I know there's certain flights that like I think Eva Air that flies through Cebu. There's flights, the Korean Airlines flies through Angeles City, but majority of your flights coming from the US will be flying into Manila. I was looking at that too. I was looking. HD business class from San Francisco to Manila starts around 3K. Ooh, no wonder I never flown. No wonder I never flown. Man, when I used to fly, I'm always trying to get below 1,000. Below 1,000. 3,000. That's above my pay grade. That's above my pay grade there. That's awesome that your sister will have a oh yeah. My sister and my sister growing up, she was 10 years older than me. My mom was like a businesswoman. My mom was like a textile business, a seamstress. She had shops in Divisoria and Baclaran, a single mom. So my mom was super busy. My sister really raised me. My sister was the one that took care of me. She was 10 years older, so she was, I'm the youngest, so she was like very protective of me. So we've always had that bond. My sister and I have always had that bond. When I got sick with cancer, she flew, and my sister's got like a pacemaker. She actually just had her pacemaker replaced this past December. She said it's like state of the art in Houston. She had a new pacemaker. She said the pacemaker has to be replaced every 10 years. And then the one that she has now, she can check it on the phone. She got a phone app, with her pacemaker. And like I said, my sister's got heart issues. She got a pacemaker. She still flew when I was going through my cancer treatments. And, we just got love. We got love for each other. It's like she flew all the way from Houston to Iloilo City to be with me during my cancer treatments, That's why I'm looking forward to seeing her again. It's like when she comes here, I know we're going to have a great time. Because my sister and I, one thing we get along with is like food. We're both foodie. We both like Filipino food. It's like my sister's an awesome cook, the best cook that I know. She can make like one thing that I like that she cooks is it's called arroz valenciana, I think, arroz de Valenciana. It's rice, sticky rice, kind of like she puts achuete to make the color, but she'll put like chicken in there. She'll put like Filipino sausage, Chinese sausage, just like she makes it really good. And then what else that's one of the things I like. She just knows. She makes her own sisig, like the best sisig that I've eaten. Her kids and her grandkids in America, and a lot of her grandkids were born in the U.S. in Houston, but they all eat Filipino food because of my sister, because she's so good of a cook. And I know she's excited because when she's here with us, she can make dishes. She can pretty much make a lot of Filipino dishes in the U.S., but the ingredients sometimes is hard to get. Unlike here, she'll have like the local Filipino ingredients. Business class gives you 2 balikbayan boxes. Ooh, nice. 70 pounds each. Wow. I always see that HD when I used to fly into Manila. The amount of balikbayan boxes that go on the conveyor. I'm like, dang, some people are like coming into Manila, they like got like more than two balikbayan boxes, man. I'm going to find flights Cebu, then separate flight to Iloilo or Caticlan. All right, JP. You shouldn't, like Cebu to Caticlan, daily flights, several daily flights from Cebu to Caticlan won't be a problem. And I would think Iloilo too. I bet you they have at least one flight from Cebu to Iloilo. But if you fly into Caticlan, JP, I can pick you up. You know, be easier. If you land in Katiglan, I'll come get you. I'll come get you. Not a problem. Not a problem to me to get you. JP, the issue when transferring in another country, your checked luggage can get lost. If in Manila, it will be in the same country as your destination. Issue when transferring in another country, your checked luggage can get lost. Yeah, a lot of times it gets lost, HD, but they make it eventually, right? You know, a lot of times it just doesn't, you know, when you're transferring to, like my friend, Darren, you know, he's usually on the live stream. Darren, he's busy right now. He's in Cebu area. When he flew here 2 years ago, they lost his luggage. But eventually, like I think 2-3 days later, it made it to Manila Airport, and they delivered it to him. At the time when he got here, he was living in Bataan. And I remember him because he's like, man, the only clothes I have is the one on my hand carry. You know, they misplaced. They misplaced his luggage. His luggage did not make it at the same time that he made it to Manila. But they delivered it to his house in Bataan. Most flights from Florida to Tokyo are costing around 1.5 to K, all right, for economy plus. Between a bed, but I understand, Daniel. You know, it's like you need a more extra room, more comfortable. JP, Korean Air and Singapore Air fly direct Seattle to Cebu. All right, that might be your ticket. JP. If they're flying direct from Seattle to Cebu, that's your ticket, JP. I would fly that. Cebu is much better than Manila Airport. Landing in Mactan Airport, I've landed in Mactan Airports a few times. You will like that airport, landing in Mactan Airport. More efficient, you know, it's and then from Cebu, you can catch a flight to Cebu to Katiklan is like 45 minutes on a domestic flight. Really easy. And they have more than one flight a day. Because we get a lot of people from Cebu that go to Boracay Island. HD, I'm weighing in other risk factors with having connections. Yeah, it's a... Good to know. Ooh, that's another one. That's another good one there, man. Singapore has a flight. If you can fly to Singapore, Iloilo City, that's a good flight to take too. And from Iloilo Airport, if you want to catch the bus, it takes about 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours from Iloilo Airport to Calibo. It's my friend Ruben, he takes that all the time. He's actually leaving this week. Ruben's headed back to San Diego. He's gonna take the bus from Calibo to Iloilo Airport. He's got a pit stop. In Angeles City. He said he's gonna have some fun in Angeles City before he goes back to San Diego. JP, you're in good hands. Oh, okay. SeaTac. Low 400s most of the time, November. Oh, nice. That's nice, JP. 400s, low $400. That's a pretty good price. Remember that it will start to get busy. Oh, yeah. Remember that, JP, like November is, it starts getting busy. Travel to the Philippines, super busy. Starting like November and December. That's the busiest travel time to the Philippines. It's almost kind of like in the US, like, you know, how Thanksgiving is like the busiest time to travel in the US during Thanksgiving. During December is the busiest time in the Philippines. All the OFW from all over the world, go home to the Philippines is December, because December I would say is the most fun in the Philippines. All the OFW people, like overseas Filipino workers working all over the world, they all come home during December. United, Cebu to Japan to Denver, Sheridan, Wyoming. Perfect. All right, Belus. JP, I probably won't buy ticket until late October with throwaway onward ticket too. Yeah, it's smart, JP on the throwaway. Throwaway tickets are like $14-15. So just to be safe, sometimes they ask for it, sometimes they don't. But for $14-15, always good to get a throwaway ticket. Probably won't buy it. Just keep an eye on the ticket prices, JP, because the closer you get to late October, I know with airline tickets before, when I was still in the U.S., they go up fast, and then the seats get full, and then the prices go up as they get closer to December. I usually get my tickets way in advance, sometimes more than 6 months away, when I used to fly from the U.S. to the Philippines. Same situation. HD and Daniel, same situation with health. Yeah, I'm. Like when you have issues, like with back, sitting in a chair that long, it's like me. I don't have issues with my back, but if I have to sit long on a plane like that, then I know I'll struggle. I know I have to get up several times. I know I have to stretch. I have to do, it'll be. I haven't flown like that in 14 years, so I know it's, I'm not looking forward to it if I have to. And then I'm older now, 14 years older, so I know it. It's not going to be pretty if I have to fly back to the U.S. Scoot Airlines out of Singapore to Iloilo, JP. Yep, I've ridden that. I've ridden Scoot Airlines. Edgar used to fly from Calibo to Singapore direct, but now they fly direct from Iloilo City. Hello from Fort Campbell, Archie Palomares. All right, Fort Campbell. Are you with the Air Force? I'm retired. I'm retired United States Air Force. I served 20 years in the United States Air Force. That's why I'm retired in the Philippines. I'm able to retire here. I've been living on my military pension alone here in the Philippines for the last 14 years. I've been able to live here. Comfortable living here. He is retired. All right. Kuya, how hard is it to visit you? Planning to visit November. Not hard at all, Vegas. If you come here, man, I'll take you. I'll take you to James and Karen's house. I got a car, so I can take you. I'll take you. We'll head out to the Canadian Beaver on my car. I mean, I have a tiny Toyota Wigo, but if you can fit in my car, man, I'll take you. I'll take you to both. I'll take you to James and Karen's house in Balete. About 30 minutes away from our house is where James and Karen live. And then the Canadian Beaver is maybe less than 2 hours away from our house. I know you already, Vegas. So, the people that I've known on our channel that watch our channel, our friends, it's like, I have no problem, like being your tour guide, your driver, your whatever you need me. If you need me to like assist you finding a place here, getting driver's license, like JP wants to get a motorbike, I'll take you. I have the time. I'm retired, man. I got the time. It's not like I'm busy. It's not like I'm busy. I will make time for friends. That's what I always do. I always make time for friends. Never too busy for friends. I'm great. It's just my body tore up. That's all right, Daniel. I think once you get here, Daniel, you just got. We'll get you into there's some massage places here in Calibo. Massage therapists, legit massage. You can get massages here for like $10 or less. Maybe $8 to $10 with the tip already. That's tip included. Like my friend Ruben, he gets massages every week, And he told him it just helps with circulation and he makes him sleep better. You know, it's like, we'll get you in a program like that, Daniel, when you get here. We'll find you a good masseuse here and just get daily, weekly massage. You know, every week, get a massage. That way, you know, all the circulation and make you sleep better, you know. Me, wife, and 2 kids. All right. I can fit you in the car, but we probably don't have space for that. So, well, maybe we can fit, you know, me and you in the front, your wife, 2 kids, and dad, so they can fit in the back. You know, it's like a, you know, Filipino style. We can, you know how it is in the Philippines. If we can close the door, we're good. We're good, you know. And it's not a long drive, you know, 30 minutes, you know, less than 2 hours. And kids, I'm sure, can sit on somebody's lap, you know, so. We can make it happen. We can make it happen. Vegas will. Oh, he retired already. Yes, I've been retired here 14 years. I retired here when I was 45. I'll be 59 in this Friday. So enjoying life, just enjoying life. Thankful. I always feel blessed, thankful that I was able to retire early. Got to do all the things I wanted to do. You know, it's like, for me now, everything's just a bonus now. You know, it's like day to day, I'm just thankful. You know, it's like I got to do what I wanted. You know, it's like you know, I'm not rich. You know, I'm not rich. I don't have a lot of, you know, like, but I have enough. I lived comfortable, and I'll leave when I'm gone. You know, I'll leave things to Dazzle. You know, so I feel good about. I feel good how my life turned out here. Happy. I think that the thing that. Looking back, I'm always thankful that I got to retire early because I was an avid cyclist. I would say my first 10 years here, I was riding mountain bikes everywhere here. I was running. I'm a runner. I swam on the beach all the time. So I got to do that, you know. Now that I can't do those things anymore, which is cool because it's like, at least looking back, I was able to do that. If I had waited till I was 62 to retire, there's no way I can ride a mountain bike at 62. I'll kill myself on a mountain bike at 62, man. But, you know, at 45, I was still riding steep hills, going down steep hills, riding my mountain bike through the jungle. You know, I was able to experience that because I knew I could do it. You know, at 45, I could do it. But I'm glad that, you know, good experiences. I'm grateful for all the experiences I've done here in the Philippines. That's from all the women chasing. That's from all the women chasing. HD, when I was at San Francisco, I saw some luggages that were never delivered. Oh yeah, I know, right? I've seen those too, man. I've seen those pictures of those. Like even the Manila airport, they have like it's kind of like the luggage graveyard, the luggage graveyard. And then I think they auction them after a while. You know, they sit there in like the storage area, and then they finally like auction those luggage. Belus, you can fly United to Cebu to LAX. Oh, nice, United. All right, all right. Edgar, all the damage is from the ones I did catch. And beat you up. Cebu to Caticlan is $32. All right, JP, that's your flight, brother. JP, that's your flight. You land in Caticlan. I'll be waiting for you at the arrival. I'll come get you, JP. That's pretty good, $32, man, for a flight. That's pretty good price. Edgar, same here. Already priced the business class for the same reason, knee replacement. I'm with the UA. Take care always. All right, take care, Archie. Take care. Daniel, you can give us bag issue tips on managing pain for flights after you go. All right. Daniel, you'll be the test. You'll be the test on how your flight. That was a really nice hotel that you had Dazzle's party in. And yes, that's Jason. That's La Casa Española Apartel. They have furnished apartments there. 1-bedroom furnished apartment starts at 20,000 pesos, $350 a month. Free internet. You pay your electricity, but fully furnished, nothing to bring. You can stay up really nice. They have like 36 units right now of 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom. The 2 bedroom, I think 22,000. The one bedroom is 20,000. But the one thing I like is it's treated like an Airbnb, so no deposit. You can move in. You don't have to worry about getting your internet installed, electricity installed, water installed, already ready to go. No deposit needed. You know, I just got two more people in there, and no deposit required. I mean, that's rare. That's rare here. No contract to sign. No, to me that's like authentic month to month, right? You come in, you pay 20,000, you're good for the month, and then if you want to continue, just pay another 20,000 for the next month. No deposit needed. I mean, you can't beat that. You can't find stuff like that here in the Philippines. The owners are just so nice, and they're friends of mine. So it's like they know I kind of like whoever I recommend there or I send there. They know I kind of like what is that? Looked into them already. Make them trustworthy already. Friends of our channel. Friends of our channel. Good advice, Ginno. Oh, thanks, James. Thanks, James. All right, I got to the bottom here. We're at the 2-hour mark, so I'm going to end the live stream here. After I retired, I had a few PTOT to get decent level of movement activity. Grateful that. All right, and we'll work on that. Daniel, when you get here, like I said, massage therapy. They got physical therapists at Asia Pacific Medical Center here. I'll take you there, man. We'll get you in good shape, man. We'll get you in good shape when you get here. I definitely understand what you have gone through. HD. Take care, Ginno. All right, take care, everyone. Appreciate the time. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Thank you so much. 40 playing football, high school, blew out my knee, but severed ACL torn. Oh, man. So JP's got some... Good morning, Ginno-san. Brian, you're Ginno-san. Take care, everyone. Have a blessed day, everybody. Have a good evening. Future, I am stopping and visiting Japan. My first vacation is only around. All right. Bye, everyone. Bye, JP. Again, thank you, everyone. Stay blessed, everyone.